The disappearance of Native American women in the U.S. is a crisis that's been ignored for decades. But tribes in northern Michigan are working to change that. 9 and 10's David Leiden and videographer Josh Monroe went to an event in Sutton's Bay working to draw attention to the issue. It's this month's Unsolved.
I'm the youngest of 16 kids. She was ahead of me. She was murdered in 1999 in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Gregory Petoskey still has fond memories of his sister Karen.
She was a roughneck, liked to dance, sing. She loved her kids and family. She was always here on the holidays.
But Karen's life was tragically cut short in August of 1999, and her murder remains unsolved 23 years later.
I was 2 years old when this devastation happened in my family, and I do remember all the crying, and I remember parts. I remember going to Grand Rapids and putting signs up around the city like, have you seen this person? Do you know anything about what happened to her?
Stories like Karen's are not unique to the Native American community. Native American women are killed and go missing at 10 times the national average, but only 2% of these cases receive federal attention, and less than 5% get some kind of national media attention.
It's a hard subject to talk about because there isn't any coverage in the media, and it's hard for our communities to talk about because we don't really know how to navigate the justice system sometimes.
But tribes are working to change those troubling statistics. The Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians recently held Red Shirt Day in an effort to draw attention to the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women. Victoria Alfonseca is the communication coordinator for the Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians.
There is some disadvantages in this community, and we may not have the publicity that other people, non-Native people, have to get the word out to say, oh, they're missing, or this is what happened.
The tribe also lined part of M22 near Sutton's Bay with red shirts.
So when you see red, it's out there, right? It's a message of like that blood that we shed for our people, that heart that we all have blood in our veins, and we are showing that these murdered women and men or missing, they share that same blood as us.
The issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women has plagued Native American tribes for years, but the hope is events like this help bring about much needed change.
That singing and the drumming really does have healing powers, and our sacred fires have healing powers. So we hope this will help start conversations with our community members and help bring healing to their hearts, because there's a lot of pain here.
I think everybody needs to continue to speak their mind on these issues, and don't forget about those loved ones that have been missing or have been murdered, because we're doing this because this happened to them. We're trying to put a stop to this. And if we can all work together, come together, both Native and non-Native communities, we can make this nation better again.
In Leelanau County, David Leiden, 9 and 10 News.
You can listen to David's full interviews from Red Shirt Day on the Unsolved podcast. It's available now wherever you get your podcasts.